Coach Lord, the UTRGV women's basketball team just beat Abilene Christian by 20 points. Ring that bell! Woo! The UTRGV Coaches Show starts now.
Gentlemen,
Looking good in a Lexus Nebula.
it is a very comfortable ride. It fits the day. Great.
What do you say we go do a Coaches Show?
Let's go hit it.
It's the UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. I'm Jonah Goldberg. This is UTRGV men's basketball head coach Matt Figger. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Jonah, I feel like I was just here the other day.
Try to get you here as often as possible. You know, they've got a masseuse in the back.
I probably need to take advantage of that at some point in time.
We'll do a whole episode from the massage chair. How's that sound?
I'm cool with that.
So you're coming in after a 1-1 week, started with a nice home win over Lamar. Let's talk a little about that. How, big win in front of a really nice crowd too.
Yeah. It was Coach Hill Memorial Night, and I told the guys, a lot of the guys, there was 6-7 guys who played for Coach Hill, and not only that, everybody in that locker room is here because of Lou Hill, for one reason or another. So, I wanted to make it special for his family and something to honor him that night. I wanted us to play for a bigger cause than just one game, and I felt like we had guys that came out. Merrick Nelson had a career night scoring the ball. Ricky Nelson had a career night passing the ball. It was a pretty balanced attack. I think we had, Justin and Xavier both had good nights. So from an offensive standpoint, it was our season high in points. We moved the ball, had 24 assists that game. I thought we did some really good things, and I was real happy that we could, find a way to scratch a claw and finally get a win.
You mentioned Merrick Nelson. He was playing like a man possessed. 13 for 17 from the field. I've never seen like such a he was so determined in that game.
Well, I've felt this way all along. When Merrick plays well, it gives our team a better chance to win. He's been a major contributor in a lot of our wins this year. When he's locked in and engaged, and Merrick has some issues with health-wise and things, and that stunted him a little bit. But he's had some knee issues, had some back issues. But having him engaged really helps our team.
And then Xavier Johnson now has 5 games of at least 4 3-pointers this year. That game, no exception. He took to Twitter afterward to say that they won this game for Coach Hill. I know he didn't even get a chance to play for Coach Hill, but impressive to see, like you said, that everybody really taking it to that level.
Those are one of those eventful moments that you rally around. No matter how your season's going, they're special times and moments in a season that you learn how to become selfless, and you play for a bigger cause than just yourself. And that night, I wanted Renee and her family to walk out of there knowing that hopefully she understands that the program's in good hands, that her husband left something to be proud of, and hopefully we can pick the torch up and get this thing moving.
I was really impressed that during lineups you walked over to her. I mean, it would have been so easy for you to just be like, all right, it's game time. This is the mode I'm in, and you had the presence of mind, and you go over. I think you embraced with her. I saw you slap Elle's knee. I mean, that was just really cool. And then after the game, sending the players over to all greet the family. I mean, that was really meaningful.
Well, I just, sometimes you can't measure. I understand that in this profession, coaches are judged on winning and losing. But sometimes I think you need to be judged sometimes on what type of example you're leading for young men. How are you leading them every day? Winning and those things might not be the final outcome. But caring for people and showing grace and being humble and just telling people you thank them for what they've done, what they've sacrificed. Being a coach's wife is a hard job. She lived it to the extreme, very supportive of her husband. She's been very supportive of me and my family since we came to the Valley, and I just wanted to thank her.
Well, appreciate you doing that, and obviously in a big way you get the win as well. And you dressed 11 players for that game, and then I think 12, or it was a 10 and then 11. But regardless, you're starting to get healthy.
We're starting to get a little bit, yeah. Well, as far as having bodies for games, we're having to manage that in between game to game, and it's not easy. So we've got to. We're hoping we can get to a point where we can have some regularity and not have, patchwork on Monday and Tuesday to get ready for Wednesday, because basketball's a game of repetition. Basketball's a game of more of program patterns, and when you get out of those rhythm and syncs, it's hard to do it when it's live.
I saw Quentin Johnson back at Abilene Christian. Is that something that you think that's going to help down the stretch to have him show?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, just he came off a season high the night that he sprained his ankle. He's been working, trying to get back. We probably played him more than he probably should have on Saturday. He's not been able really to practice, but like I said, sometimes our practices are our games, and because that's when we really have, 5 guys able to go. So it's a process, John.
Well, now in the midst of a road trip, you started at Abilene Christian, one up, one down, and next you head out to the West Coast for a 2-game swing with Seattle U and California Baptist. Seattle U's the first one on the docket, Thursday, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. local at the brand new Climate Pledge Arena. And I mean, Seattle's a team that they had been running roughshod over the conference until this past week. Yeah,
Seattle's kind of one of those teams that's flown under the radar nationally. They're not getting enough respect because they are located in, we're located in the southernmost tip of the central United States. I guess you could say that. Sometimes, they're in the upper northwest corner of the United States. So what they've done, what their coach has been able to do in an interim role, to step in and to be winning the league. They were undefeated going into this weekend until they went to Grand Canyon and New Mexico State. They've got really good guard play, and when you got really good guard play, you got a chance to win every game. And they've been real good, home, road. Like I said, those 2 guards they're dynamic.
Well, UTRGV hits the road. They're at Seattle U. That's on Thursday at 9 p.m. Then at California Baptist. That's Saturday at 9 p.m. You can watch the games on ESPN Plus, and we've got links to all of that over at goutrgv.com. One more question. You talk about family a lot. Valentine's Day is coming up. Plans?
We'll see. I think my son has a game that night, so that's usually, these holidays get basketball gets in the way of a lot of these holidays. Particularly, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day. It's not a holiday-friendly sporting event. So, now it is for fans, because they get to enjoy a game on one of those days. But for a coach, it's not that easy. Yeah, but we're going to try to figure out something for. I used to call it back in the day Single Awareness Day for some people.
Matt Figger, he's the head coach of the UTRGV men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
We'll be back in a moment on the UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
In the minute it takes to knock back your drink, spot your new crush, or cheer on the home team, you could do something that really makes a difference. Sign up as an organ donor. In less than a typical timeout, you could sign up to save 8 lives. It sure beats using a minute to mustard that hot dog. Sign up at tosa1.org.
The Rio Grande Valley is growing every day. That's why you need a team you can trust. 2 stations, 2 languages.
Se le pide a cualquier persona con información de...
The most experienced news anchors in the valley.
And I'm Dina Herrera Garza.
The largest weather team keeping you informed in English.
The tracker front updates forecast.
Y en español.
Te le voy a estar explicando un poco más de esto.
A sports team covering the RGV like no one else.
What this win means.
We're live in the morning, at noon, and in the evenings. Anytime you need us, we're online and on social media too. We do this all in both languages.
We are tracking breaking news.
Nosotros estamos aquí para platicarles cómo.
Who else can deliver this type of coverage?
Tonight at 10 in the meantime, have a great evening.
No one. Channel 5 News
And Azteca Valle.
working together for you.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on being the best at one thing and getting it right every time. Which is why every chicken finger meal we serve is marinated, hand-battered, cooked to order, and made just for you. Quality isn't complicated, and our menu is proof.
Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Now hiring awesome crew. Apply at workatcanes.com.
TownePlace Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh's newest destination spot and a host hotel of UTRGV Athletics, with the amenities that a frequent long-stay traveler or visiting team in town to take on the V-Nation looks for. The nightlife is amplified with Ignite Lounge, a great way to wrap up a long workday or celebrate a big win. TownePlace Suites by Marriott on Trenton in between Business 281 and Sugar Road and minutes away from the excitement of UTRGV. TownePlace Suites by Marriott, Edinburgh.
I got mine.
I've got mine.
I got mine.
I got mine.
I got mine.
I've 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 got mine. I got mine. Go Vaqueros.
I've got mine.
I've got mine. Go Vaqueros.
Coach Matlock, head baseball coach, UTRGV. Baseball's getting close, man. Get your season tickets now before they sell out. UTRGVtickets.com. V's up.
What's up, fellas?
Coach, good to see you back here.
Nice ride we got right here.
SUV, a little Lexus Nebula from 2019. I love it.
Nice ride, smooth.
What do you say we go do a coach's show?
Let's get it going.
It's the UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. I'm Jonah Goldberg. This is UTRGV women's basketball head coach Lane Lord. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Glad to be here, Jonah. A beautiful place here at Lexus and another beautiful day in the valley.
How badly do you want this convertible?
Very bad. It's lovely, isn't it?
I mean, I got the bow on it and everything. I think it's a good gift.
Oh, it'd be nice to drive, that's for sure.
And I'd say you've earned it after blowing out Abilene Christian on Saturday.
that was a big time win for us, coming off a long road trip, and really played our best basketball of the year in that game against Abilene, and hopefully that'll springboard us to a great finish here these last 7 games. But couldn't be more happier with the team and how they performed, and had a nice little crowd at home, and it was good to be back home.
The three-pointers were falling from everywhere. 12 threes, that's a season high, and one short of entering the top 5 in program history. Quite a performance.
It was, and it was different people as well. We had Eva Beloshevitz, our post player, hit her first 3 of the year. But the story was Hayley Jones. Had a off and on season, but to hit 5 3-pointers, 5 for 8. It was a big time night for her. And then Casey Kyle hit a couple, Taylor Muff hit a couple. So it was Sarah Brashears hit a couple. So it was up and down the lineup. We got great production and shot 50% for the first time on the season. 40% from 3, 50% overall. So it was just all around good night.
You mentioned Hayley Jones. She finished with 19 points, one off her career high. Great performance, probably her best of the season. I remember when she first got here as a freshman, she had a bunch of these kind of games where she would just go off and start hitting three-pointers. Do you think that this is something that she can keep up for the rest of the year? Yeah, we hope so. I mean, she's had, a rough year this year. So her body is just now starting to get back into playing shape. And, it's been a long, 4 or 5 months for her just health-wise. So hopefully, with this performance, it'll give her some confidence to continue. But her body is finally back in playing shape, which is really nice. Speaking of players that had huge games, Casey Kyle tied the program record in assists with 15. Freshman just continues to get better and better. She's tough as nails. 15 assists, 4 turnovers. We'll take that ratio every night. But just a phenomenal performance. But, I think 5 of those assists were Hayley hitting those threes, and she was finding the open people. Abilene Christian plays a kind of a packed defense. And so we were getting into the paint. We were able to skip the ball out opposite and find those shooters, and Casey did just a wonderful job all night long. And I think what impresses me even more is that, if you have 15 assists, when are you shooting the ball, right? Well, she did. She ended up with 10 points at first career double-double. She did, and I believe she was 2 for 10 from threes, which isn't a great percentage, but it just shows you her confidence. And she hit a big one late in the second half that just kind of capped off her night, and just really proud of the way she's gotten better and better as the season goes on. But we knew she was a competitor, played for a couple state championships in high school in Colorado, largest class, but to see what she's been able to do and continue to grow. And, when you're a point guard, you take a lot of brunt from the coaches too, because, we want her to be an extension of us. And so she's handled that very well. She's tough, she's competitive, and just couldn't be more proud of her. She's really come on for us. So you end up beating Abilene Christian by 20 points, and that's quite a turnaround because just a week and a half earlier, they had their way with your team at your place. How did you engineer such a different result? Well, it's a 40-point turnaround. I mean, they beat us by 19, I believe, and we beat them by 20. So, you just never know in this league. It's a really competitive league. There's a lot of parity. And, whoever shows up that night and plays the best basketball is going to win. I mean, you look up and down the league standings on the women's side. Chicago State hadn't won 3 games in 10 years. They've already won 3 games this year in the league. New Mexico State has won 3 games. But then New Mexico State goes and beats one of the best teams. You just never know in this league. And a lot of parity, which makes it fun. But our performance against Abilene was our best performance of the year on both sides of the ball. Abilene can really score the basketball. They're 32nd in the country in three-point percentage. We did a great job guarding the three-point line, and at Abilene the week before we did not. So that was a really good adjustment we made, and our players did a great job. And you came into that game, I mean, y'all must have been exhausted. You've been on this incredible road trip where you had played the previous Thursday, and that was at Abilene, right? Yep. And then you went to Tarleton on Saturday. Now that's nearby, about an hour, Abilene to Stephenville. But then you had to go to New Mexico State for a Monday 1 o'clock tip, a makeup game, because that game had been canceled because New Mexico State had COVID protocol issues. And then you came back from there. You get, 1 day at home before then you bust to Beaumont. and then you had to come back on the icy roads, which extended your trip. You get back, the sun is almost rising, and then you watch some film and win a game by a lot. I mean, that's insane.
It is, and it just shows the growth of the team, the mental toughness that they're showing, because it was a long trip. I mean, you start off busing them to Abilene, you leave on a Wednesday, play on Thursday, then you bus over to Tarleton, which isn't far, but still it's a road trip, and then we fly to El Paso from Dallas, so we drive up to Dallas, fly out there, play against New Mexico State at noon Mountain Time, and then we fly back, and then here we go again on 1 day rest, drive over to Lamar. That's another 6.5 hours. Play that game, bus back, get back early hours in the morning, and really have just a film session to prepare for Abilene, but we had just played them the week before, so that was good. And then played the best game of our season. So really proud of our group. I think our mental toughness is improving. We play a lot of young kids, and they're getting great experience. And but we're still led by Taylor Muff, and she's a grad transfer, and she continues to be consistent for us. And but no, I'm real proud of our group.
So what I'm hearing is you just need to find a way to simulate the exhaustion going into every game.
I'll tell you what, it was Sunday was a good day. We got to rest and take a day off, and we're back at it today on Monday. But 2 more games at home here that we're excited about. I think our band was out of town this last week. We missed them, but what a great crowd we had Saturday, one of our best of the year. And hopefully the fans will come out and watch us on Thursday.
Thursday, 7 p.m., hosting Seattle U. What can you tell us about them?
Seattle's got, you'll recognize some of the players. They've got 4 or 5 4-year players that are in there. They're very dangerous on the offensive end. They've got some athleticism. They beat Abilene. They just beat New Mexico State. So they've got 2 wins in the league. They've had a lot of close games that could have gone either way. So we know it's going to be another dogfight in the old wickety whack.
It's an incredible week coming up, because you get them, then you're going to get them again next
Wednesday.
Next Wednesday. So 9 days, or not even, you get 6 days. You get less than a week between matchups with them. So that's an interesting turnaround that you're going to have to deal with.
It is, and then sandwiched in between those 2 games is one of the best teams in the league, Cal Baptist, coming to our place. So we got a good week ahead of us, some fun games and some really good opponents. But the way the schedule falls, we play Seattle here on Thursday, and then we're going to fly to Seattle next Tuesday, play them on Wednesday, fly from there to Sam Houston, and play Sam Houston on Saturday. So it's the league, it's the whack, and it's fun. And it's
simulating that exhaustion.
Yeah.
See, there you go. The California Baptist, that's a Saturday 12 p.m. start time at the UTRGV Fieldhouse. I mean, that's a team that they ran through the conference last year, went undefeated, won the conference championship, the conference tournament championship. I think they went to the 3rd round of the WNIT before finally enduring their first loss of the year. They've actually lost 2 conference games this year.
They actually lost 3 now. They lost on Saturday as well, but still they got all the same players, very experienced team. Brittany Thomas, one of the best post players in the league. She's been in and out with injuries. She did play a little bit last game. But yeah, they're a very talented team and fun to watch. It's a really experienced basketball team that can get up and down the floor. They can shoot threes. They lead the conference in scoring, but we're excited to have them at home and accept that challenge.
UTRGV women's basketball plays host to Seattle U Thursday 7 p.m., California Baptist Saturday 12 p.m. You can get your tickets now at utrgvtickets.com, and always remember, the party starts in Schlotsky's Vaquero Village an hour before tip-off. Lane Lord, head coach of the UTRGV women's basketball team. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Jonah.
We'll be back in a moment on the UTRGV Coaches Show from North Park Lexus, Rio Grande Valley.
Fans, welcome back to WAC Vegas. as we celebrate more than a decade of madness at the Orleans Arena. The 2022 Hercules Tires WAC Basketball Tournament, March 9th through the 12th. In this year, there are even more games to watch, with 20 teams in Las Vegas. For ticket information, go to wacsports.com.
We all want the best for our families, to love, to laugh, to live a healthy life. At UT Health RGV, we believe every family should have access to the most advanced medical care right here, close to home. With over 100 board-certified doctors at 20 locations valley-wide, with life-saving procedures and treatments that keep you and your family healthy, UT Health RGV is here for you. High-quality care for every patient, for every family. Find your way to the best care at uthealthrgv.org.
This is a walk-on athlete. They train longer, put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
There's a magic to the Rio Grande Valley and to this university. We are champions in the arena, in the halls, and in our communities. The Valley's pride. The Valley's future. The Valley's University.
Support. Some call it the foundation of success. Joining the V Club assists in the success of our student athletes. Preparing our student athletes for excellence in life.
Thanks for tuning in for this edition of the UTRGV Coaches Show. We'll be back with you next week and every week, Wednesdays at 8:30 p.m. with a special re-air Sundays at 1:30 on Somos El Valle, channel 5.3, cable 1241. Missed an episode? Want to watch this one again? Then check out archived episodes on our YouTube channel at goutrgv.com/coaches show. Big thanks to UTRGV basketball coaches Matt Figger and Lane Lord for joining us this week. They'll be back with us next week. But until then, this is Jonah Goldberg saying so long from North Park, Lexus, Rio Grande Valley. This has been the UTRGV Coaches Show. Get your visa.